All right, welcome back to the LEGNDZ Fantasy Podcast. We're bringing back Leo, back to the Capital Punishment. What's up? What's up? And we're bringing Shea, also a
hmm
member of our 16-man league. Shea, welcome to the show. So this episode, we're going to talk a little bit about NFL teams. We're going to three teams specifically. We're just going to talk about where they're at this offseason, their pickups, their drafts, their mindset. So the first team we're going to talk about is actually my hometown team and my fave, the Miami Dolphins. Uh, Couple things this offseason that we've been through. We got Malik Willis. We're going to talk about where you're going to think the Dolphins are going to end up overall. So, personally, Total and Achane, top 10 running back. I know we have two wide receivers, Chris Bell and Caleb Douglas, both huge potential. Shea, I know you're a fellow Dolphin fan. What are you thinking here?
I'm thinking they went building culture. That's what they were shooting for. Like they said, building in the trenches, and got Proctor, which will anchor that O line with Brewer. They should have a decent running game. We'll see. Well, he can hit some receivers, but
I mean, I started Malik Washington a couple of weeks last year in fantasy, thinking, oh, this is going to be the guy. Tyreek went down. Malik Washington is going to be the one, and they used them in a lot of like jet motions, kind of like a slot slash number four receiver. Does that changing this year?
you know what? He was. You may or may not have remembered, but he was one of the ones you and I were going back and forth with in
I
uh,
know,
in trade
I do,
offers.
I know.
So because you and I were
Well,
thinking the same thing.
right.
But he'll probably still be, you know, the gadgets, jet sweeps, probably line up in that, because Tyreek would line up in the backfield
So is
sometimes if they run
this
motion.
offense clicking or no? Is the Miami Dolphins Malik Willis show gonna happen?
If he can hit some receivers, I'll see why not. Bell should be a good addition. I don't know about Colbert and whomever else they
I
get
mean, we have a lot
in,
of
but
fill-ins. Like Jalen Tolbert was what, like number four on the Cowboys. Malik
yeah,
Washington kind of, filling in. I mean, we have a lot of it's a lot of unknown. Could it work? Yes. Or are they just gonna stack nine in the box and Devon Achane's not gonna be able to run the ball?
there. My thing is just keep the games competitive. You know, we had a
We,
decent team last year. First week one, we get blown out by the Colts. So
Yeah.
we're not sure if Chris Bell's even going to be healthy at the beginning of the season.
correct. Yeah.
Um, Malik Washington, I can't imagine all of a sudden he turns into this go-to receiver. It's a reset. I mean, I can't see it being too much more of a reset. This year, what, 5 wins?
5 wins. So not gonna give them seven. Not gonna give the Dolphins 7 wins.
I mean, do they want
All
seven
right.
wins?
Yeah, yeah. As a Dolphin fan, I do. I want more than 7 wins.
Yeah.
I'm
I
not about
mean,
looking ahead of future draft picks and all that. I mean, you know how many draft picks we've blown in the years. I mean, at what point do you say next year, next year, just do it, just do it? I
one
don't
thing
know.
I do think is that the hate on A Chain is overblown. I think he's still going to be super solid, especially in fantasy. He's their only guy. I mean, even if they score, you know, 12 points a game, he's going to have one touchdown and 80 receiving yards. So I'm
Yeah.
not worried about him.
Yeah, I mean, as long
All
as he
right.
stays healthy, he's going to be a fantasy performer. And to quote the great Herm Edwards, "You play to win the game."
Yeah, you do. Gonna go to the next team. Jumping to the NFC, we're gonna talk about the defending Super Bowl champion Seattle Seahawks. Personally, I think they're going right back. That team to me last year was lights out, and it's not even about just one or two people. They had depth. Their receivers, they had depth. No one was expecting it from Sam Darnold. They drafted, I believe it was like a safety or a corner in the first, second round this year. So they're trying to build up their defense a little bit. I see the Seahawks going right back. I know they have a tough division, but you agree?
I think the Walker departure is going to be bigger than they think. Um, they're going to be putting together a running back room with, rookie, some ragtag backups. I mean, if anyone could do it, it's going to be Seattle, but I still see the Rams beating them.
I mean, yeah, but the Rams could take that wild card spot. My thing is this: Kenneth Walker last year, yes, ran the ball solid, but those games, and especially in fantasy football, we all know this. If he's not playing, is Zach Charbonnet not a guaranteed starter? 100%. Zach Charbonnet, if
Agreed.
Kenneth Walker, I don't care if you got a 10-man league, you're playing Zach Charbonnet. So now they have Jadarian Price. I don't think it's going to be that much of a difference. And yes, Kenneth Walker's very talented, but he's kind of like this makeshift 70%, 60%. I think Jadarian Walker could easily be that guy. They still have Charbonnet. They still have the offense going. Don't forget, Raheem Shaheed came in, week 11, 12 last year and just lights out. I mean, they have these weapons. And then when you go deeper, right, they have, Bobo, he comes in every now and then. And Torrey Holton is super talented. He's super talented, this guy. I know injuries kind of last year, but they do have depth. I think the Seattle Seahawks go back to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the two Notre Dame running back products. You got one going Cardinals. You get both in the NFC West. But Price should take that RB1 position. He's a house.
It's a plug and play. No rust, no learning curve for the NFL. You think he just goes right in and takes it?
Yeah, I mean, Notre Dame's not ran like you figure Alabama back in the day with Saban. It's a pro style, that sort of thing. But as far as the accountability and just learning, making sure you're doing your routes.
But Leo,
and
he doesn't have
knowing
to
what to do.
take it. He doesn't have to go in there and be the guy, bro. He has to go in there 50%, 60% of the touches. You still have Zach Charbonnet. And I'm not discrediting Zach
Charbonnet might not be
Charbonnet.
back until what, week 10 maybe? I mean, who knows how healthy he is? I don't know. There's a lot of question marks there to me.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, well, that you make a good point with the injury to Charbonnet. So, I mean, that could definitely change things, and that would put more pressure on Price.
I mean, yeah,
But
they bolstered their defense, through the draft and then free agency,
yeah.
and their offense, still got Jason.
So Seahawks returning, yes or no, to the Super Bowl?
I say no. I say the Rams.
No.
Yeah.
What do you think? What do you say? No.
I mean, Myles Garrett is just gonna between him and maybe Aaron Donald.
So you take. So you're going the Rams too. You're going the Rams too.
I think Rams. Yeah.
Yeah. Fair enough. All right, I'm going to jump back to the AFC. We're going to touch on one last topic. New stadium, new coach. Talking about the Buffalo Bills. Obviously they're a little bit of as a Dolphin fan, but I have to respect Josh Allen. You have to respect him when it comes to fantasy. You have to respect him when it comes to putting numbers up. He's still the number one quarterback out there. They're adding weapons. DJ Moore. Josh Allen's one of these guys. It doesn't matter who he throws it to. We have seen this year in, year out. I get the whole playoff thing. I get, okay, but he's one or two drives away. And when it comes to putting up numbers and balling, I mean, the Bills are as close as anybody.
Yeah, I mean, they've always had a good defense, relative, and then the offense kind of caught up, once Allen got in his feels and after that first rookie year, and he's a house. He's the old school, Ben Roethlisberger from back in the day, just tough to bring down, can scramble and get you touchdowns when you don't think there's nothing going to happen, and DJ Moore is going to help out a lot. He really hasn't had that good of a receiving core in his time. They thought Coleman was going to be that, but
DJ Moore has proven time and time again he is that, right? I mean, he's just an added to what they already have. They still have their two tight ends. James Cook is arguably the top number 5 running back in fantasy. It's a very good combo. And on defense, and they drafted an edge, they drafted a corner. I mean, just give the Bills a little bit of defense, so maybe Josh Allen isn't on the field all the time. And I think, who else is out there in the AFC that's really saying, hey, we're in the way? Maybe the Chiefs come back, maybe these guys come back, but I don't know. If Josh Allen doesn't do it, is his days limited in Buffalo?
No, I agree with you wholeheartedly. I think the Bills are the odds-on favorite. They're due. They've shown they can play a more balanced offense with James Cook. Allen didn't throw. I think he had one of the lowest total throws in his career, last year. And now with, like you said, with DJ Moore, more balanced offense, he's just due. A couple of bad plays, a couple of bad bounces, he would have already been there. So
yeah, for sure. I mean, they should be there. AFC Championship game again. we'll see how Burrow and crew come back, this year with the Bengals because they always give them a game. The Chiefs, they're projecting Mahomes to be back week
Ravens?
1. Probably not.
Well, we're in the
The
next
Ravens are a
segment,
threat?
and in the next episode, we're going to be talking about certain divisions and who's going to be making the playoffs and whatnot. So hold that till the following episode because we're definitely going to go after that. So you're basically ending saying Rams, Bills, Super Bowl. That's basically what you just told me.
Rams, Bills.
Yeah.
Well, all right. There you go. I mean, mark it down. I mean, these are three legends.
the
These are three
board.
guys in the. What's that?
Put it on the
Yeah,
board.
Put it on the board.
Put it on the board.
Put it on the board. Hey, you gotta love the fantasy shirts. All right, Shea, Leo, I appreciate you guys, and thanks for another episode, and we'll see you soon.
You already know.
Yes, sir.